Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm going to show you my audience members. Here we have Dylan, say hi. We have Owens, Diego, and Daniel. All right, here you go. I'm going to start us off with this snippet from the Army song, and it goes like this. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. And that is a snippet from the Army song. With Giving Tuesday right around the corner, what better way than to introduce you to the Big Red Barn Retreat? Giving Tuesday is on November 28th, 2023, falls on a Tuesday, when millions of people globally and locally can contribute to organizations by donating. This can be an organization that can be found locally, statewide, countrywide, and globally, and it's not limited. At the Big Red Barn Retreat, those funds will help support the first responders and military members, as well as their families. The Big Red Barn Retreat is an organization that helps military members, service members, and first responders on a local level cope with life stressors that can be found in their jobs. They offer a large variety of services and coping mechanisms that come in traditional and non-traditional forms, and it's tailored to everyone. I have known about the Big Red Barn Retreat for a few years now. I first found out about this at my work. I saw this in the form of a flyer and a brochure. And I have also heard about this from personal experience from my friends, co-workers. This organization is local. It is here in Blythewood, South Carolina. The main points I will be addressing today are the purpose of the Big Red Barn Retreat, why we should support it, and the ways that you and I can support and contribute to this great cause. What is the Big Red Barn Retreat, you may ask? It is a nonprofit 501c3, and it's funded by grants, donations, and some members from the community, such as Caliber Coffee, Southeastern Freight Lines, Aflac, and many local community members. The Big Red Barn Retreat was built in honor of Leon Irons, who passed away in 2009. Leon served in the Navy out of high school. To honor his life and his love of his country, his family opened the Big Red Barn Retreat to help our military in need of healing and finding peace. From the Big Red Barn Retreat, their site. The mental wellness of our first responders and military members often gets put on the back burner, often due to the high pace and the demands of their job. That is why I want to introduce you to this great organization that offers a variety of services and coping mechanisms that can be found in their courses at no cost to service members and family. Those who are in need of it, and anyone else. They offer traditional and non-traditional services. Some are peer-to-peer groups, meditation, equine-assisted psychotherapy, which deals with horses, yoga and Tai Chi, healing art, gardening, Form Up Friday, which is another form of the equine-assisted psychotherapy, where they put in use a principle called post-traumatic growth. They help with the principle of post-traumatic growth. Another one is Farm to Table and financial training as well. Why should we support the Big Red Barn Retreat? There are many organizations around here. This one is a local one that we can help. It's a nonprofit here in Blythewood, South Carolina, and it's only 17 minutes away from Fort Jackson. So what better way to see the results than right here? That's why we should start here. Now that you know that this organization is local, we can see the impacts firsthand. I have seen this firsthand with my sergeant that I work with really closely. Whenever he got back from his deployment, he had some issues that he needed help. So this was a great opportunity. This was something great that was at his disposal He also sees this a lot, and he still needs it because he works in EMS, and in EMS you see a lot of things that can be disturbing. We all process things at very different rates, some faster than others, and some have better coping mechanisms than others. There have been moments in my military career where I have had to give some of these resources to some of my soldiers. As a medic in the South Carolina National Guard, I have taken correspondence courses, and they give us some resources to use, but this one is probably the better one. And this is definitely one that I would recommend. And it comes at no cost, so it has no financial stress on them and their families. And according to an article titled Supporting the Behavioral Health Needs of Our Nation's Veterans, in 2020, approximately 5.2 million veterans experienced a behavioral health condition. Additionally, more than 90% of those experiencing a substance use disorder did not receive treatment. This is from Supporting the Behavioral Health Needs of Our Nation's Veterans, an article. And another one states, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, stress is a common reaction after trauma. Many people feel down, have trouble sleeping, or often feel on edge. If you take direct action to cope with stress reactions, it puts you in a position of power, from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs website. How can you and I support the Big Red Barn Retreat? We can support the Big Red Barn Retreat in many ways. One of the first ways that I recommend is signing up to their newsletter. They also have all their newsletters for this year already published, so they're there for you. And they also update a lot on their calendar that you can sync to your Outlook or any other calendar. You can also volunteer by helping out in upcoming events, fundraisers, and classes, as well as feeding horses. You can also do some light manual labor around the grounds. If your schedule does not line up with that, you can also help to fundraise and donate. Donations can be made one time or monthly donations at a time. You can also look up their Amazon wish list that they have posted there, which they often update quite frequently. To conclude this speech, we talked about the purpose of the Big Red Barn Retreat, why we should support it, and the ways that you and I can support it and contribute to this great cause. These service members have such a great heart and dedicate themselves to serving others that they often forget about themselves. That's where you and I come to help. Thank you, and I'm going to show you guys my audience members once again. This is Dylan. Say hi. And that is Owens, Diego, and Daniel. Thank you.